Hey everybody, Alex here voicing the video for Bulldozer Man, because I don't trust him to voice this himself without screaming into the mic and hurting your ears. What you're seeing is some gameplay from a Minecraft server that Bulldozer is playing in. He's been playing on this server a lot to keep his skills sharp for the Hardcore 2 run he's been doing. A new episode of that will be uploaded soon, and with any luck the next part of Final Fantasy 2 will be uploaded after that, barring any further setbacks, but that's going to be about all that's gaming related in this video. This video is going to be quite a bit of a different tone than you've heard from us in a long time. Quick disclaimer. If you're offended by language or AI text-to-speech written with razor-sharp anger behind it, turn the video off now. I don't care if you have a problem with my language, or if you're a lousy parent who doesn't keep tabs on what your child watches. This is something I've needed to get off my chest for a very long time now. And I don't give a fuck in the least if it offends whatever strict-ass morale code you have, because it doesn't mesh with mine. You've been warned, but nonetheless, this is a message that I think everyone and their mother needs to hear, assuming they can stomach my tone. I'm going to give you a bit of history. About 8 years ago, I started making videos about what I wanted, when I wanted, not giving a fuck about what anyone said or thought about it. I made videos about the games I loved, and I often ranted about the things that angered me. It didn't matter who or what it was. I loved games, and I'm a no bullshit kind of guy, so I often had a lot of hostility that I needed to vent. In fact, today, I still do. Just look at my blue sky. I can't go a week without going off on an extremely explosive rant about someone or something that's pissed me off. This was my release, and this channel was the release that I so desperately needed. But around 2020, right when the COVID pandemic started up, I started thinking that I could make it on YouTube and be able to translate what I loved so much into a livelihood. But that's when I realized I made my first horrible mistake. I waited too long to get serious with this platform, and that's dramatically affected the audience I have today. Although that really didn't seem to affect my anger and my reason for making videos very much, because my audience was still much smaller than it is right now. My language didn't change much in the following couple of years, but my reason for making videos sure as hell did when my viewer base began to grow. And that's when I made my second horrible mistake. I listened too much to what other people said. So not only were my edges softening, but people around me were making me question what I wanted. I listened for years to the bullshit of naysayers and internet tough guys, and brainless dinosaurs who don't even know how YouTube's monetization works, yapping their gums about none of what any of us do is a real job, or our generation is too reliant on the internet, or we all sell out for money, or whatever else in God's name they use as an excuse to bash us. The big hitters on YouTube: Nintendo Capri Sun, Fairy Queens, Alpha Omega Sin, Attacking Toucans, Arcade Matt, Angry Joe Show. And all the other big timers? Those guys don't bother to listen. They don't have time to listen. But I did. I was torn between my desire to do what I wanted and my newfound need to not step on any toes, because I wanted to make it like those guys did. Here's the difference between me and all of them. And this is a big one. I'm a guardian. I don't pretend to be a warrior. Not even a keyboard warrior. I don't pretend to be a warrior in general. I like good warriors. And all of those guys are good warriors, but there's an incentive need that I have to put anyone who's done wrong in their place. That's why I'm so aggressive towards those who look to be harassing or abusing someone else. Doesn't matter if they're another person or a website. My guardian ways demand I put all bullies in their place. I don't start fights, but I do finish them. And while this has landed me in hot water several times over the years, I always manage to bounce back, stronger than ever. Now, I don't do it by yapping mindlessly about it, unlike some of the very people and sites I've ranted about in the past. I'm sure some of you long-time fans remember, but I do build it up, and let it all out in one very focused, very angry rant at a time, that some people find epic, others find extremely crazy, overly aggressive, or even somewhat offensive. Whatever that is in your case, I don't care. It's your opinion, and it means absolutely fucking nothing to me. But here's the message that I do want to get across. I've heard the bullshit, the arguments, and the insults numerous times over the years, directed at me and at others like me as well, even from my own fucking stepfather. I just want to say it now. Those people didn't sell out. If at some insane point in time, I get to a level where I can make videos on what I want and publish books under my name and make money off of it, that's not selling out. No, let me tell you what selling out is. Selling out is doing something you don't want to do. Selling your own morals or your fucking pride just to get a paycheck. If you work a job you hate, you sold out. If you're wearing a corporate logo that somebody's branded other than your own, you sold out. If you wait on customers who grate on your sanity, or bust your ass physically to make a living and hate it, you sold out. Doing what you love for a living is the complete opposite of that. And if you're making an argument against it, it's just because you don't have the drive, the skill, the balls, or any combination of the three to try and do it yourself, and you're trying to pull the ones who are trying to do it down into the misery that you're in. So, if at some point in time you've said to me or my peers who bust our ass to put out content for people, if you've told me, oh, you're not working the 9 to 5, get a real job and be a contributing member of society. Well, here's a news flash. I have, and we all have. I'm sick to death of faking a smile and kissing somebody's ass, or worse, physically hurting myself. Permanently in the case of my back, just to make ends meet every month. And you should be sick of it too, for God's sakes. When did it become a federal crime to want to do what you love for a living? Now, I'm not saying there's people out there who don't enjoy manual labor or customer service, because there are. And there are even bigger people on YouTube than me. But we're all unique, and we all should be chasing after what we want like a fucking rabid dog. Not giving up or settling for less. Misery is no way to live. And misery is no way to want other people to live. Especially if the arguments are coming from emotionally immature idiots who don't understand a goddamn thing about this modern world and piss everybody on the internet off every time they open their goddamn mouths. So if you're one of the many people who have bashed me, or others like me, for chasing what we enjoy as a way to live life, no matter how silly or pointless you think it is, it means the world to us. If you're one of the naysayers, number 1, fuck yourself. Number 2, take a good long look at your life, and I'm positive you'll find a bunch of misery that you've let yourself get complacent with. But unlike your dumb fuck idea of wanting the misery to spread, I'm gonna give you some advice. Wake the fuck up! Find out what's making you unhappy and fix it. Or at least work to fix it. Maybe then you'll appreciate guys like me, who are working tooth and nail trying to make our passion into a career. And maybe I won't have to go all Guardian Overload mode like this again and call you out on your bullshit. If you're offended by this entire rant, then you're exactly who this video is targeting. I want to conclude this video by saying that I want as many people as possible to see this, and to spread it around. And not for some stupid reason like YouTube views or to build up the subscriber count, but because I want as many people as possible who have felt the misery that I've felt for so long to finally wake up and make steps towards leaving that misery behind, like I'm working on doing right now. So spread the word around, show this to anyone you think might be miserable with something. And maybe, just maybe, I'll make some sense to someone who might take what I'm saying to heart and work towards a happier future. All I know is, years ago, I started watching what I said and did for ridiculous reasons that were not beneficial for me or anybody else around me, and I was becoming a sheep as a result. And now, those days are gone. It's time to take the next step in my journey, not just as a person and a guardian, but as an author and a content creator,